You're listening to the Quint's podcast.
In the countdown to 2nd May, what are the exit polls predicting for the 5 assembly elections? Will the BJP cross 100 seats in West Bengal? Will the DMK Congress sweep Tamil Nadu? Will Pinarayi Vijayan be rewarded for his handling of the pandemic in Kerala? And the big question, will the raging second wave of the coronavirus pandemic have any impact on the results? In today's episode, I am in conversation with the Quint's political editor, Aditya Menon, who will help me decode all the exit poll results, especially the Times Now ABP CVoter and Republic-CNX polls, to gain a grasp on where each party stands in each poll-bound state. Aditya, welcome to the Big Story podcast. Let's get straight into the numbers, starting with West Bengal, where over 8 phases, we saw fierce battle between Mamata Banerjee's ruling Trinamool Congress and its main challenger, the BJP, over the past few months. Now, despite the pandemic, there were massive rallies organized across the state. But halfway through, as the second wave started battering parts of India, the conversation shifted to whether or not holding the rallies was the right thing to do. So, how has that impacted the parties in the last few phases of the elections?
So Himmat, as far as the exit polls are concerned, it seems that the various polling agencies are hedging their bets on West Bengal. So on one hand, we have the India Today Access My India poll, which is saying that the TMC could get 130 to 156 seats and the BJP could get 134 to 160. So this would mean either of the two parties could win this election based on this poll. The same goes for the Republic CNX poll. Which says that 128 to 138 is with the TMC and 138 to 148 with the BJP. So they're giving a slender majority to the BJP. Then we have the CVoter poll, which is giving 158 to the TMC and 115 to the BJP. So two of the polls are somewhere in between. They are predicting a slight lead for the BJP, but yet they are not committing themselves to an outright BJP win. And then we have the CVoter poll, which is saying that the TMC could win a slender victory. So, I mean, it's an 8-phased poll. It's very, very diverse regions have voted in Bengal and at very different points of time. I mean, the situation a month and a half ago when the polling began is very different from what it is now. As you yourself said, that the pandemic was raging in the last 2 phases of 3 phases of polling in West Bengal. Now, from what one is gathering from ground inputs, it's not as if the pandemic is a very big issue as far as voting is concerned. But it is still an extremely big issue nationally. And it's a very, very big political issue. And the true impact of the rallies of the last 3-4 phases, I think that would only be evident in a couple of weeks from now when the real COVID numbers from Bengal are calculated. So it's a quite a messy affair.
And we also now have reports of a third triple mutant virus coming in from West Bengal as well. So the coronavirus pandemic situation in that state particular is still, I think, quote unquote, it's still winding up a bit. That we haven't seen any numbers as such.
Absolutely.
And also, it is important to note that the other parties, political parties, the Congress and the TMC, have foregone their election rallies, but the BJP has said that it will control the size of its rallies to 500, but only will not stop rallying as such. But we'll know the true impact of the pandemic only in a few weeks' time as such, as you said. So now moving south to Tamil Nadu, where the contenders are the AIA, DMK and the BJP alliance and the DMK Congress. And this is a state where the political twist kept on happening in ample amount, like how we saw VK Sasikala stepping away from politics and then AIMIM siding with the AMMK for just 3 assembly seats. So according to CVoter survey, the DMK Congress alliance is expected to win 166 seats and the AIA DMK BJP alliance is expected to win only 64 seats. So this has been a complete game changer with the DMK Congress gaining a comfortable majority over the halfway mark of 117 and a massive loss from the 166 seats. It won in 2016 for the AIA DMK BJP. So what do you think of the polls and the numbers so far?
I mean, it seems that Tamil Nadu is probably the safest state to bet on regarding the exit polls. I think not one exit poll has deviated from the prediction of a very outright victory for the DMK Congress alliance. So this seems to be the safest state as of now to predict, and it's an important election because this is the first election after the demise of both J. Jayalalitha and M. Karunanidhi. So it's a new area in Tamil Nadu politics, and if the poll predictions are correct and MK Stalin becomes the chief minister with a very very strong majority, it could mean his emergence as the new regional figure in Tamil Nadu. And once that happens, I think the real tussle will be on who the opposition to Stalin would be. Would it be one of the two top leaders in ADMK? Will Dinakaran and Shashikala be the new leaders, or would it be some of the newer players like Kamala Hassan or Seaman? I think the Tamil Nadu politics is set to enter a new era now. Now with Stalin set to win a stable majority.
I was going to ask you about Kamal Hassan as well. So how have the polls predicted for our actor turned politician now? Have they gone in his favor?
So polls haven't predicted a very great impact as for Kamala Hassan. One of the polls, the India Today Access poll, they said that the real third player is actually Siemens NTK and not Kamala Hassan's MNM. So they are sort of going on a limb, even as far as the opposition sphere is concerned, by saying that it is not Kamala Hassan, but it is Seaman who is the to watch out for in Tamil Nadu. But the CVoter poll and all the other polls are showing some impact, but it seems that it's a one-way street in Tamil Nadu in this election.
So now moving to Tamil Nadu's neighbor, Kerala, where the leadership baton has been passing between the CPIM Left Democratic Front, the LDF, and the Congress-led UDF, the United Democratic Front, since 1982. Now, the surveys in the past have projected that the current Chief Minister, Pinarayi Vijayan of the LDF, may just come back to power in the forthcoming elections. So Aditya, how are the numbers looking for the sitting CM right now? Does his fate hang in the balance, or is it a clean sweep?
So, Himmat, unlike Tamil Nadu, here there are some very major divergences in the in the exit polls. So, on one hand, we have the India Today Access exit poll, which is predicting a huge victory of over 100 seats for the LDF.
Wow.
So this is unprecedented in Kerala. If this actually happens, this has never happened. That would mean that not just the Congress but also its allies and the BJP, everyone has sort of just given way, or maybe the BJP has eaten a very very sizable chunk of the Congress vote that it has not managed to survive. So in case this result holds, of course, Kerala has, as you said, a history of not repeating the incumbent. But even by those standards, this would be phenomenal if Pinarayi Vijayan not just wins, but wins this 2/3 kind of a majority that this India Today poll is predicting. On the other hand, we have the CVoter poll, which is predicting a far more slender majority for the left Democratic Front, which is saying that the left could win 75 up to 75 seats, and the rest could be with the UDF, BJP getting 0 to 2 seats. So this is what Kerala. These are the kind of results Kerala is used to. Of course, it would have been the pattern would be if the UDF wins a slender majority. That is what the established pattern has been. But the CVoter poll says that the LDF could win a slender majority, but it's still within the margin of error, and it could still move to the UDF. But if the India Today result happens, then it's something extremely new that is happening in Kerala, and it's extremely embarrassing for Rahul Gandhi in person, because being the MP from Wayanad, he camped virtually in the last week or 10 days of the campaign in Kerala just to pull UDF across the line. So if this is the kind of result that Kerala is heading for, the one predicted by India Today, it's a personal embarrassment for Rahul Gandhi, and it could be expected that some of his detractors in the Congress could get much more vocal in the weeks to come.
Like all those dubkis in the ocean might not have worked out in his favor, as we have seen so far. But also,
Yeah,
if the India Today voter poll does come in shape into reality, it also shows a lot on the CM's efforts to counter and curb the pandemic as well. With I think Kerala is the only state in India which is not facing an oxygen shortage, but actually also prepared wisely by constructing more oxygen plants and a lot.
absolutely. But then
Yeah.
Kerala being a slightly older state, I mean, in older in the sense that the average population is slightly of a higher age
Mhm.
than in other parts of the country, public health is a major electoral issue,
Yes.
unlike many other parts of India.
Yeah.
So
So
people
yeah, that
do
is
have a
one
lot
I
of.
think state which will make history.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just saying that, this is one place where there is some amount of goodwill that the LDF has won
Yeah,
because of its handling of the COVID crisis, also the Nipah crisis
yeah,
before it.
that is there. So now let's move to Assam, where a similar turf battle is happening between the incumbent BJP government, which is now facing a very strong push from the Congress party on CAA. So in 2016, the BJP won Assam, riding on a 15 years of anti-incumbency against Tarun Gogoi's government. Now, however, the era of anti-incumbency vote, as we have seen, is coming back with only one out of every four governments getting re-elected since 2014. So, how are the poll numbers looking out for the incumbent government right now?
So Himmat, Assam, all the polls are at least united in the direction they're pointing. Like all the polls are saying that
Mm-hmm.
the BJP-led NDA is coming back to power in Assam. But there
Mm-hmm.
are very, very big differences on the extent of victory. In the sense, it's like Kerala.
Yeah.
Uh, on one hand, we have the India Today Axis poll, which is predicting a very, very strong majority for the BJP, 75 to 85 seats.
Mm-hmm.
And on the other hand, it's predicting 40 to 50 seats for the
Mm-hmm.
Congress-led alliance. It's also predicting a 8% vote difference between the NDA and the UPA.
Okay.
On the other hand, we have the CVoter poll, which is predicting 65 seats for the NDA and 59 seats for the UPA, with the UPA having a 6% advantage in terms of votes.
Okay.
Uh, this is a very they may look similar predictions in
Mm-hmm.
the final result, but they are very different predictions. And then we
Mm-hmm.
have the today's Chanakya poll,
Yeah.
which is somewhere in between, predicting the 43% votes for both the alliances each,
Mm-hmm.
and about 70 seats for the BJP
Yeah.
and 56 seats for the Congress alliance. So I mean. It there is a very clear difference between the various polls. I think the main difference is arising from the fact that the India Today Axis poll seems to indicate that the Congress is gaining only because of its alliance with the AUDF and BPF,
Mm-hmm.
and there is no additional vote that it has managed to transfer from the BJP, and it
Okay.
has not convinced any BJP voters to shift.
Yeah.
On the other hand, the C voter poll clearly indicates that the Congress is not just consolidating its core vote along
Mm-hmm.
with its allies, but it's also convincing a large number of BJP voters to
Yeah.
shift towards itself. So this is where the main difference is arising in terms of prediction in Assam.
Mm-hmm. Okay. It is also another like a very heavily contested state, especially between the BJP and the Congress and the party politics which are going on right now in India between them. So
Yeah.
now let's move on to the final player in the mix today, which is Puducherry, where just 2 months ago the UPA government fell and Kiran Bedi, the lieutenant governor, was removed, and additional charge of the union territory was given to the Telangana governor, Tamilisai Thundarajanan. So the main parties in the fray include the All India NR Congress, the AINRC, that is seeking votes from 16 seats. The party is in alliance with the BJP that is contesting in 9 seats, and the AIADMK, which is contesting in 4 seats. On the other hand, the Congress is contesting in 14 seats and supporting an independent in Yanam. Its ally, the DMK, is contesting in 13 seats. So what the poll surveys have, the C voter survey has given so far is that the UPA government is not expected to return to power with the alliance just winning 8 out of 30 seats in the UT. And the NDA is expected to win 21 seats, which is a comfortable majority of 15 of the 15 seat mark that they were seeking. So, what do you think of these numbers so far? Has the gamble played in the favor of the opposition, or is it still? Are we still get to see something else coming out of Puducherry?
I think if going by the exit polls, it seems that the Congress has made a mess of its tenure in power here. Towards the end,
Mhm.
many of its own MLAs ended up defecting to the BJP,
Yes.
and it clearly seemed that the Chief Minister Narayan Swamy did not have his entire flock in order,
Mhm.
and the Congress seems to be paying the price for it. It's a small state, so therefore more prone to instability, and these are the kind of states that the BJP has developed an expertise in managing
Mhm.
through defections and other mechanisms. So, and the BJP also cleverly made an alliance with the AINRC and the AIADMK. And the ANRC and Rangaswamy, its leader, is the tallest leader in Puducherry right now.
Mhm.
So I think BJP might just have bet on a winning horse in
Mhm.
Puducherry, and it may get some kind of a consolation prize
Yeah.
despite its loss in Tamil Nadu.
Yeah. Well, I think that's the end of my questions as well. But uh, it's certainly a big battle and a big day on 2nd May when the exit poll results will finally come out for everyone. And thank you again for all your time. And I'm looking forward to your analysis pieces as well when they come in regarding this, because I think there's a lot more to unpack from each state, especially West Bengal, to understand where each party stands and who has gained in this election, who has not. So thank you so much for that.
Thank Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
so if you want to know more about the elections and want to know where each party stands, head over to the Quint website, and you can also catch all the coverage on all our social media channels. If you liked listening to this episode, please subscribe to The Big Story for episodic updates. We're available on Apple, Google Podcasts, Spotify, JioSaavn, and most of the other popular podcast streaming platforms. For other podcasts, please log on to the Quint website, and for any feedback, please shoot an email to podcast@thequint.com.
Thanks for listening. Log on to the Quint's website and check out our other podcasts.